sirens were creatures who were occasionally half bird and half woman/maiden. They are said to be the daughters of River Aculus and the muse Melpomene. The story that I'll be focusing on is the story of the sirens' punishment from Demeter. The sirens in the story accompanied Persephone along everywhere as a friend or servant in different stories. When Persephone was abducted by Hades, the sirens were sent to look for Persephone in the underworld, where she was bound to it, so it seemed natural that they became tied to death very early in their origins. But after the sirens looked far and wide in the underworld for the daughter of Demeter, they were unable to locate Persephone. That's when Demeter gave the sirens wings as their punishment to failing to locate his daughter. In many stories, most people will agree that the sirens were located/lived on 3 small rocky islands called Sirenium Scopuli. People think that the islands were surrounded by a nest of bones that would lay all around them or were scattered with the flesh of the sailors still rotting off their bodies. Odysseus decided to leave the island Ea and head towards Ithaca. Circe had no choice but to let him go on his journey. But before Circe could let Odysseus depart on his journey, Circe warns Odysseus about the sirens. In Circe's words, she carefully told Odysseus, "First you will come the sirens, who enchant all that come near them. If anyone unawarely draws in too close and hears the singing of the sirens, his wife and children will never welcome him home again, for they sit in the green fields and warble him to death with the sweetness of their song." Before Odysseus set sail on his journey, Circe figured out a way to block out the sweet songs of the sirens, and that was to instruct each member of his crew to stuff their ears with beeswax. But for himself, he tried out something else. Odysseus decided to bound himself to the mast of the ship to experience the sweet songs of the sirens, instructing his crew to bound him even tighter even if he demanded to be unfastened. The sirens aren't proud of their living is when Hera asked the sirens to challenge the Muses to a singing contest. Unsurprisingly, the Muses won, and as a form of punishment, the Muses plucked out the feathers of the sirens and used them to make flower crowns for themselves. One way, yes, only one way to defeat/kill the sirens, and that was if a mortal needs to live to tell their tale if they survived their sweet song. Coming back to the sirens and Odysseus, unfortunately he survived their calling in this version. So when Odysseus defeated the sirens hurled themselves into the water to bother no sailor ever again.